You're talking about the Lakers because as we wait for the dominoes around Kevin Durant to fall, a big one is Kyrie Irving, and a possible destination for him is the Los Angeles Lakers. How are the Lakers processing that?
Well, the Lakers see him as a player that can do a lot for them and fill the gaps that they have that certainly showed up last year. They were a terrible three-point shooting team, 22nd in the league. Kyrie's a 50, 40, 90 guy. He is someone who can play all sorts of different types of offenses, can fit with all sorts of different types of lineups because he has such a deep bag when he's out there. And he has the familiarity with LeBron James. And LeBron, as brilliant as he is a particular type of talent to play alongside. And as Richard knows, as Perk knows, they got it done at the highest level of basketball. So there's all these reasons why Kyrie, despite we know that he is maybe not the most easy guy to have in your franchise, they see the bright side of Kyrie Irving.
Does it whet your appetite to have him join the Lakers?
Not me personally, no. But I mean, I understand what that's going to do for them.
Well, stop.
That could be, listen, anybody that would think that they can't contend for a title, that's just because you're hating on the situation. He goes there, they might win the West.
Hey, y'all can have the Lakers conversation.
You out?
I'm going for it.
Okay, cool. And President.
Start your off-season already?
Okay. Man, the buffet doesn't close till 5:30, bro. Well, whatever.
Gone.
I don't care. I'm saying that's a huge piece of it. If, like, hypothetically to get there, it's not like, oh, his relationship with Bron. The relationship with Phil Handy is one of the closest people to him. He's one of those people that when Kyrie was feeling a certain way or his energy was a certain way, he had somebody that he can confide to in a very, very close manner in Phil Handy. And so if that does happen, we can't just look at Bron and, oh, Bron and Kyrie. No. Phil Handy was a big part of the Laker team winning the championship, Toronto team winning the championship, the Cleveland team winning the championship.
What is happening?
This is such an improvement. Give me a
He finally turned around. He had his back to Perk the whole time.
If Kyrie doesn't work out, they have plans in place, or plans they hope to be able to execute to achieve shooting on their roster in other directions.
Real quick, because we haven't said what exactly would the Lakers be giving up if they were talking about a trade for Kyrie Irving? Would the Nets get back?
Center around Russell Westbrook, of course, because he is the salary match, and you can't have those two guys on the same team, but they have the 27 first-round pick, the 29 first-round pick, and then there's a couple young players I don't think they'd want to necessarily include, but Talen Horton-Tucker, Austin Reeves, those are the type of guys you could add to that equation.
My stance on this is, if Kyrie Irving wants it bad enough, I think he could force a trade to the Lakers, meaning that he will do exactly what he's been doing year after year after year and finding reasons not to play for the Brooklyn Nets. He got his one-year deal, he got his money, and now he can still get the best of both worlds and join the Lakers if he complains enough and if he doesn't play enough. Now, it's all up to the Nets though. Of course, they don't have to trade him to the Lakers. But if they just want to get rid of Kyrie Irving, maybe they do just trade him to the destination that wants him. The key here is that Kyrie doesn't have very high trade value, and he could make it even worse. He would have to go to the Nets and say, I will only play basketball for the LA Lakers. That would get out to the media, and the Nets would have no choice but to either suffer through Kyrie again or trade him to the Lakers. And it's a crazy plan, it's calculated, but Kyrie is the type of player to do just that. Another key here is that Russell Westbrook also has low trade value, so you're essentially swapping him for Kyrie, and then you're including pieces that will go with Russ to the Nets. And again, it might not be that much, and the Lakers don't have much to offer, but Kyrie could give them no choice. If he just doesn't play basketball again and they don't want to suffer another year of Kyrie, and they are just so fed up with him, they could just trade him to LA for a smaller deal and then get the bigger deal from Kevin Durant's trade, and then just start new, get rid of Kyrie, get rid of the headaches, and get guys that will actually be on the court and start rebuilding. I know this is all very hypothetical, but we've seen James Harden pull this off twice. He went to both destinations that he wanted. He went to Brooklyn, and then he went to Daryl Morey. We've seen Anthony Davis do it. We've also seen Ben Simmons do it. It can take time, but it all depends on how much the Nets are willing to deal with. They have got to be close to reaching their breaking point with Kyrie Irving, and when they do, I don't even think they'll care that much about what they get back. But that's just what I think. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to check out our giveaway. The link is in the description. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more. NBA content just like this, and I will see you in the next upload.